Good afternoon. This is Eila Nishmas, William and Helen, Rochel Bas Yosef, David ben Avraham, Tzvi ben Chaim Pesach, Fred ben Richard, Yitzchak ben Sarah, Devorah Bas Yitzchak, Avraham ben Mordechai David, Reuven ben Shmuel, Shoshana Bas Elchanan, Yeshua ben Shmuel, Chana Golda Bas Yisrael, Chaim ben Fege, Yaakov ben Yitzchak, Mordechai Netzach ben Rivka, Rochel Bas Yosef, Eliezer ben Yaakov, Chaim ben Gedalia, Zamalei ben Moshe, Chaim Elio ben Yosef Moshe, Amichai ben Yaakov, Gedalia ben Tzvi Ruvain, Leila Nishmatam. Today's shir, yes? Refuah Shalema for
Yisrael ben Libby.
Yisrael ben Libby. Refuah Shalema.
Okay. And Charlie ben Nancy.
Charlie ben Nancy. Refuah Shalema. Lavdul ben Chaim b'Chaim. Refuah Shalema. Is a Kiddush club kosher? What is a Kiddush club? You know, a Kiddush club is a Kiddush club kosher. You know what a Kiddush club is, Mikimia?
Yes,
Kiddush club.
I know.
So you don't know? Where they, before Musaf, they take a break and they have schnapps and herring and gefilte fish. Before Musaf, is that kosher?
I don't know. Is it?
We'll find out. Stay tuned. So the side says the Kiddush club kosher, source number 1. Now what's the problem with eating before davening? Where it says is a Kiddush club kosher, you see that? Side number 1, source number 1. Have that? Source number 1, the Kiddush club. The Rambam Hilchas Tvilah, Asa Laila Adam, source number 1, Shitoim Klum, a person is not allowed to taste anything or do any work when the morning star comes up. You can't read the paper, you can't eat, you can't do anything. Once Amod HaShachar comes, what does Amod HaShachar mean? The rising of the dawn. Person cannot do anything, you can't eat anything except drink water until he what? Until he davens first. Right? So in the middle of the night you can get up and eat, because the chiyuv of davening doesn't take effect until Amod HaShachar. So therefore on a tanis, like a Sor B'Tevis, you can eat before Amod HaShachar. Right? So in the middle of the night you can eat, but the chiyuv of to daven kicks in when Amod HaShachar, and therefore that's when you're not allowed to eat until you what? Daven first. Lo tochlu al adam. The pasuk says, don't eat before you pray for your blood.
Okay, thank you.
Blood is a symbol of what? Of the human being's life. So the Torah says in Leviticus 19, don't eat until you pray for your blood. That's davening. So therefore a person is not allowed to eat before davens. He's allowed to drink water. Okay? V'chein lo yashkim lepetach havero l'shal b'shloimoi. And also, you don't go greeting your friends in the morning. You don't say good morning before davening. Now, if someone says good morning to you, you have to answer back. Because of what?
It's not right.
Not right. Derech eretz kodma laTorah, Golda. The halacha is you can't greet nobody before davening. Why, Golda? It's not proper to greet anybody before you greet your Father in heaven. But if someone greets you, Abraham, derech eretz kodma laTorah, then you have to greet him back. A person shouldn't take a trip to the Negev before he davens. Right? Aval, see source number 1, it's underlined, Yehuda. Aval, toyem v'osam malacha kol yispal musav. Ooh, looks like a Kiddush cup is kosher. Verbenish, you see source number 1? Oh, you don't have a paper? You have a paper? Aval, but Toyem, a person is allowed to taste the oisa malacha, koydin shispala musav. So it looks like a person can taste before he davens musav. So what does that mean? Source number 2. See that? Bottom of the page, Yehuda, source number 2. Shulchan Aruch Orechayim. Mutar litoim koydin tfilas musav. You daven shachris already. You already prayed for your blood. Blood is a symbol of what?
Life.
Life. You prayed for you daven shachrit. So the Shulchan Aruch Paskins in source number 2, the bottom of the page, mutar. You have a paper, Reb Nachum? Mutar litoim kohen filas musav. You're allowed to taste food before musav. What about making Kiddush first? Doesn't say. Maybe even without Kiddush. A Kiddush club without Kiddush. Dahainu, source number 2, achilas perot. A person can eat fruit or afilo pat muat, even a small piece of what? Cake or bread. Afilo ti'ima sheyesh bo kedei lisod halev. So you're allowed to snack. Yehuda, it says clearly here that in the Shulchan Aruch Arachayim that you're allowed to snack before musav, and he doesn't say you have to make Kiddush first. Aval suda also. You can't have a suda before musav. But the Shulchan Aruch seems to sanction, Rabbi Abraham, a Kiddush club, and he doesn't say you have to make Kiddush first. Maybe we shouldn't publicize this. Maybe we should keep it on the wraps.
The big problem with the Kiddush club is that they go out, instead of listening to the Torah, they go out to drink.
We're not talking about that.
If they broke in the synagogue and everybody did, it's one thing.
We're talking.
These guys sneak out and drink.
No, we're talking about, can you take a break? You finish reading the Torah.
They don't finish.
And after the rabbi speech, you take a break. It looks like you're allowed to snack, Rechiel. It doesn't mention you have to make Kiddush first. So let's see. Of course you can't walk out in middle davening. We're talking when the shul, can the shul take a break? Like they do Simchas Torah. Simchas Torah, the whole shul takes a break. Can you do it every Shabbos? Yes?
I just want to know what they mean by Yosem Lachai. And number 1, if it's Shabbat.
Right.
It's not Shabbat.
Well, so malacha here doesn't mean, what? No, if you're davening Musav, Rosh Chodesh. Rosh Chodesh. Very good, Rivka. You're very perceptive. Rosh Chodesh. Okay.
Remember, criticize the fact that they walk out during Torah.
No, that of course is not allowed. We're talking if the shul takes a break like Simchas Torah or certain shuls on Rosh Hashanah before Tkiyat Shofar. What do they do, Sarah? Before Tkiyat Shofar, they make Kiddush and they eat.
Yes, we do. In our shul.
Right? So can you do that every Shabbos? That's the question. So let's stay tuned. Look at source number 3. Okay? Chelkas Yaakov Arachai, one of the Achronim, the later Achronim, deals with it on source number 3. See that, Yehuda, the bottom of the page number 3? Be'inei Riti, I saw Shadov Zeh Kvar Niftach B'Gdolim. Gedolim deal with this question of a Kiddush club wasn't invented today. It's at least over 100 years old. The Sefer Ikra, certainly, he mentions Shemevi b'Shem Pri Aretz, V'zeh Loshain, Haraev v'Hatzama, someone who's thirsty or hungry, Shemuter lo yilech al koidim sheyitpalel. He's very hungry, he's very thirsty. So how could he eat before davening? It's Yikadesh B'tchila. So he could make Kiddush first and eat before davening. The Shani Shoysemayim. Water, anybody can drink. Water doesn't count. You can drink water. But what about having a snack? So he says that what? You shouldn't do it, but if a person is very hungry, very thirsty, and he won't be able to daven properly, he could make Kiddush and eat before davening. Why? So a sick person, a healthy person can't eat before davening, but a sick person, and he can't control, he won't be able to daven properly because he's very hungry and thirsty, could make Kiddush and eat before davening. You hear?
For Muslim people.
He says, Koidim Sheyit Palel, doesn't say, right?
We're talking Saturday or during
what?
During Saturday?
We're talking about Shabbos. When do you make Kiddush? Shabbos and Yom Tov, you make Kiddush, right? Chayiv Gamkein Lekadesh Av Koidim Falosai. You hear what he's saying?
You never eat before Shabbos during the week.
We're talking about Kiddush. Kiddush, you only need Shabbos and Yom Tov, right? Shabbos and Yom Tov. It's a long davening. He's a sick person. He won't be able to be mispalel, so he could eat before davening if he makes Kiddush first. That's what he's saying over here. Right? That's what he's saying over here. Right? And he's saying over here, and he brings other poskim. Now we get to the Yoitze L'Musaf B'loi Kiddush Yafeh. So he was the bottom of source number 3. He says that those people that snack between Musaf without Kiddush Yafeh. What does Yafeh mean? It's beautiful. It's okay. Here.
Say that again, please.
Look at the bottom of the page. See Rivka? 3? 3, the bottom of 3, right? The hatoyim ben yoitze l'musav, the second line from the bottom. Someone who tastes between yotzer and musav on Shabbos, beloy kiddush. See underlined, beloy kiddush. The last line on source number 3. Yafa. Yoiv means yafa. You hear this? Then it's okay. Now, this is not the final halacha. Don't get excited, okay? This is his opinion. 2 Jews, 4 opinions, okay? The Rabbi appointed the Kaddish Lechol, side number 2. Side number 2. Can you have a Kiddush club without Kiddush? Is that kosher? Huh? So that's side number 2 going to deal with that, okay? Ben Shachvis L'Musab, the Chol Oid, the Ein L'Kvaya Sudas Ben Shachvis L'Musab, Lo Yichalav Chayvas Kiddush. So this opinion is that if you're tasting food before Musav, you can do it even without Kiddush. Rabbi Avraham, why? Because the Chayv of Kiddush doesn't kick in yet. That's what he's saying over here. Behavior Gamgain, he brings other poskim. Shabachol Eretz Yisrael. See the second line on source number 2, Yehuda. The second line on source on the side number 2. The second line on side number 2, have it underlined. Shebechol Eretz Yisrael. You have it, Rabbi Yaakov. Shebechol Eretz Yisrael. What's the next word, Yuda? Nohagin. The custom is Shelo lekadesh ben shachvis l'musav. You're permitted to eat without making kiddush ben shachvis l'musav. V'chein osa ma'isa harav. Belachto lifkod shel shalom et harav hazokein. Marsha mazikenim be'ir kaslai. Where's that? Be'ir kasalia? Kasala. You have that, Yehuda. Vishotu hakava. They drank what? Coffee on Shabbos. Umine mitika. And they had sweet cake. What's the next word? Below Kiddush. Don't publicize this. Without making Kiddush. A Kiddush club without Kiddush. Uman de boy lahachmir v'lekadesh en elat yoitos. And those people that are machmir, before they want to eat, before Musaf, they want to make Kiddush, they're only a hedyot. What does a hedyot mean? Idiot. An idiot. The English word idiot. The English word idiot, Connie, it's not a joke. The English word idiot comes from the Hebrew hedyot. Hedyot means he's a boor. Hedyot means he's a boor, an ignorant. The English word idiot, hidyot, same word. You hear this? An amazing opinion from the Chelkas Yaakov. Yehuda, got to show this. Can you show this paper to Rabbi Yeris? He'll be proud of you. Yes, we have some more papers. Lakasha. Incredible. You hear this? Those people that want to, I'm reading side number 2, Abraham. Side number 2. You see that on top of the page? Man de boy elahachmir v'lekadesh eina elahedyoita. Those people that want to be machmir and make Kiddush before a Kiddush club on Shabbos, they're an idiot. Hedyot, they're never kivin she'eino chayev lekadesh. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. There's no. This is the Chelkas Yaakov, one of the Achrayim in the last 100 years. Okay. Now this is not the final opinion, Masha. Don't get scared. Don't get scared, Masha. This is not the final opinion. All right. But his opinion is that you can have a Kiddush club on Musaf Shabbos before Musaf. You don't have to make Kiddush because the chiyuv of Kiddush does not kick in until after Musaf. Since you're eating before Musaf, remember, Chava, you already daven Shachris. You already prayed for your blood. So you're covered. So you can have a snack, herring, bissel schnapps. You don't have to make Kiddush. Why? Because the kivin she'eino chayiv l'kadesh, the chiyuv to make Kiddush only kicks in after Musaf. And this is not Musaf yet. Okay? This is this rabbi's opinion. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But of course, that's not the final halacha. Source number 4. Side number 2, Ray, source number 4. This is Yabia Omer. Who's that? The great Bavavadia Yosef, Zechat Shalig of Racha. He discusses this inyan in depth. Side number 2, source 4. You have it, Yehuda? Ulam. What does ulam mean? But. There's a big but there somewhere. Ulam but. You have it, Ray? Yesh lahayir medivra teres ikenim. He quotes these achrayim mishema hashal. Shemutar, Yehuda. Shemutar lishtois. You're allowed to drink. Kaidim tfilas musav. Before you daven musav. Ki adayin lo yegi azman chayvas hakidush. You can drink before Musaf without making Kiddush. Ki adayin lo hagia zman chayvas Kiddush. The obligation to make Kiddush didn't kick in yet until after Musaf. So Rabbi Yosef says, these rabbis say it's permitted to drink before Musaf without Kiddush. Okay. V'chein kosav aprisha, he brings other achronim. Gekach kosav banachlas tzvi, v'hagoyin hamukubal, maram schus b'tshuva ksivas yad. He quotes other great rabbis. So, imutar litoim b'shabbat, bein tfilas yotze l'musa b'li kiddush. So now he deals with the question, are you allowed to snack on Shabbat before Musav without making Kiddush? Avram, you have the paper? Pshitali, what does that mean? It's poshut to me, says Rabbi Yosef, the heichi havik shuta de milsa lahatir. That what? It appears to me that it would be permitted to have a snack. Yud, are you reading this? It's permitted, appears to me, pshita. What does pshita mean? Simply that you're allowed to snack before Musav on Shabbos without Kiddush Mishim, the Akati Loimota Zimna, the Kiddush Rabbah. Because the time to make Kiddush didn't kick in yet. The time to make Kiddush only kicks in after Musav. You already davened Shachris. You already prayed for your life. So there should be no problem to snack, not a meal, snack before Musav even without Kiddush. You hear this? And then he goes on, but he doesn't come out like that. Gam b'sifrei ikrei adat, the pshitele shenahagim litoim ben shachris l'musav. The first word of the line is below Kiddush. The novi of it's okay. It's okay to snack on Shabbos morning between Shachris and Musav without making Kiddush, okay? Then he quotes the Moret Tzedek, Sovelai Sharabu, Hapartri Mikiddush Lemisha Ocha ben Shachris and Musav, Shekivin Shein Legvoa Suda ben Shachris and Musav, Lechol Alav Chavis Kiddush. Since you're not allowed to have a meal before Musav, so therefore there's no chayv to make Kiddush as long as you're only snacking. You hear what he's saying? V'chein Pasach Echab Rabbanan, Lamar Ovish Shein Lekadish ben Shachris and Musav. You shouldn't even make Kiddush before Musav. Kivin she'ein lekvoa suda ben shachlis u'musav. The heavy adius b'pishach Eretz Yisrael. She'b'chol Eretz Yisrael, Yiddish Yudah, b'chol Eretz Yisrael, nahagim litom. Yiddish, he's writing that in Eretz Yisrael there's a minhag litom to taste snack ben shachlis l'musav. So we didn't invent the Kiddush Club. B'li Kiddush. So this minhag going back hundreds of years, there's a minhag in Eretz Yisrael, said Rabbi Yosef, to snack before Musav on Shabbos without making Kiddush, because the chayv to make Kiddush doesn't kick in until when? After Musav. V'shkein osa ma'isa harav hagoyin maharui segel. See that, Chava? Maharui segel. Belachta yachad ito ben shachris l'musav. This one rabbi, these great rabbis, went to visit another rabbi, between Shachris and Musav, Lifkoid L'Shalom et Harav HaGoyin. The first word on the line is Hazakein. You see that, Yudah? Hazokain Maharsha. No, Zakein Be'ir Sali. Where's Sali?
Where the Baba Sali comes.
Oh, the Baba Sali. Ooh. And what happened next, Rivka? You sitting down, don't fall off your chair. No, Yehuda. V'achli mine mitika, and they ate sweet cake. V'shasu coffee, and they drank coffee. What's the next word, Yechiel? Below Kiddush. Without making Kiddush, they took a break after Shachris. Before Musav, they had a Kiddush club without Kiddush. V'lechein hamachmir lekadesh. And those people want to be machmir. No, I want to make dafke Kiddush. Ein ela hadyotos. He's acting foolishly. Kivin sha'oid lo yegiya choivas haKiddush, because the time to make Kiddush didn't kick in yet. There's no need to make Kiddush. Just snack on the herring and the cakes. V'afa pi shehifris alamida mashkosed machmir bezeh ein ela hadyotos. Vein noch en loimer kain. So he says that's not right. These rabbis were wrong. You want to have a Kiddush club, Chava? You have to make Kiddush. So first, Rabbi Avad Yosef brings those people that say that you shouldn't do it. He says, "Ve'enoi nachon." What does that mean? It's not correct to say that. Sherei habach posak she'osa litom ben shachlis u'musav. What's the next word? Beli Kiddush. The holy Bach, who lived in the 1600s, he paskins it is forbidden even to taste any food between Shachris and Musav. You can snack, but first you have to what? Make Kiddush. So a Kiddush club has to have Kiddush. The Kach Kosher Oila Shabbat, V'amogen Avram, the El Yorabba, U'b'shulchan Aruch Hagriz, U'b'toisva Shabbos, that first do Kiddush. You see that Yehud on the side? First do Kiddush. V'oid Kach Kosher Mishta Brura. The Kach Kosher Hagoan Chasam Seifer. That a Kiddush club is kosher on Shabbos morning before Musaf, as long as you make Kiddush first. Now, what Yehuda was right, it's wrong to walk out in the middle of davening. That's wrong. But if the congregation takes a break, well, congregation should sneak out is wrong. We're talking the congregation can take a break. That v'chakos v'gon chasam soifer, right? And he brings the other mefarshim that what? That you can make Kiddush and have a snack. Okay? You can have Kiddush and what? And have a snack. Now he goes on to talk about what about Rosh Hashanah? It's a long davening. Now, I'll pick up where it says Munkach. You see who it says Munkach underlined? Munkach. You see that, no?
7 lines from the bottom.
7 lines from the bottom where it says Munkach. He quotes the Munkacher Rebbe, the Baal Milchas Elazar. You have that? Shemuta lishtois tei. What's the next word? Or cafe. Bein tefillah shachris. Litkia shoifa beli kiddush. Ooh, on Rosh Hashanah, you can take a break before Shofar Blosen. You can drink tea or coffee without even making Kiddush. On Rosh Hashanah. B'nei shadayin lo yichal achiyav kadesh. But if you want to eat cake, then you should what? Elisheva, make Kiddush first. V'chein noyeg b'beis medrasha. In his, right? Then he quotes the Baal Imre Eish, Shach, someone that's chalush, someone that's weak, yochal lishtois tea or coffee, koydem tkiya shofar, vein tzorach lasos kiddush. Shadayin lo yichal olav choydas kiddush. Davi kamo koydem atfila? V'tama ma sheyesh noagim lekadish lechol koydem tkiya shofar. Yeah, and he says he wonders at those people that have a minhag to make kiddush and eat before tkiya shofar, but many shuls do that. It's a long davening. You won't be able to concentrate on the shofar blowing, so they take a break, they make Kiddush, and they have a snack, and then they continue with the davening Musaf and blowing shofar on Rosh Hashanah. So what's the bottom line? Elisheva, you want to know the bottom line, right? Number five. Anybody need a paper? Number 5, Maddie, you have it? Number 5. Rabbi Omer, the great Rav Ovadia Yosef, so he always brings both shittas, but he comes out swinging, Ray. So source number 5 on side 2, source 5. Rabbi Omer, Chelik Hey, Orechayim Simin Chav Bet, V'kach Kosev Maram, Schus B'tshuva, Hobe Sefer Shalmei Tzibah. He quotes all these great rabbis. He had a photographic memory, Rabbi Yosef, even when he was 94 years old. The day before he died, he didn't stop paskening shilas from his hospital bed. So he quotes all of these, Hashele mutar litoin b'Shabbos, the $64 question. Is it permitted to snack on Shabbos? Ben yoytze l'musaf b'li Kiddush. Pshita the chahavik shuta milsel hatir. So this other rabbi says you should be able to snack on Shabbos before Musaf, even without Kiddush. Mishim dakati loimota zimna Kiddush Rava, because the time didn't kick in to make Kiddush, that only is after Musaf. Before Musaf, you're ready daven Shachris, you can taste snack even without Kiddush, right? But he doesn't agree. Rav Yosef doesn't agree with that. He doesn't agree with that, and he goes on and he brings other rabbis over here, back and forth. So he says, "Chein pasak echad rabbanan loyma aviv she'ein lekadish ben shachlev musav." So he's saying that these rabbis say that you can eat before musav without kiddush, and he brings edios mishlucha eretz yisrael shebebavel, shebechol eretz yisrael nagim. So he brings these achronim from 100 years ago, Yehuda, that they would eat on Shabbos before Musaf without making Kiddush. V'chein osa ma'asa harava goin segel. You know what Siegel? No, Siegel stands, the name Siegel. Levites are called Siegel. Did you know that? Siegel is an acronym. FBI, CIA, Sagan Levi. You hear many Levites are called Siegel. Not seagull. Seagull, not the bird. Seagull is a acronym, Sagan Levi. What does that mean? An assistant. The Levite's job in the temple was to be a Sagan to the Kohanim. So many Levites are called Seagull, Sagan Levi. They assisted the Kohanim, right, in the Beis Hamikdash, right? And today we have a meaning of that. The Levites wash their hands. Your husband should know better than me, Rabbi Yaakov. The Levites, they preserve that by washing the hands of the Kohanim before Birchat Kohanim, right? Sigal. So he, this great rabbi, Ben Shachbis L'Musab, Lifkod L'Sholem at Rav HaZokein Maharsha, Mezekei Be'ir Sali, maybe Baba Sali. Where's that? Somewhere in Morocco, right? Morocco. The next word, Rivka, V'shotu coffee, cafe. They drank Turkish coffee. V'ochlu mine mitika, and they ate sweet cakes on Shabbos before Musab. What's the next word? Below Kiddush. Buddy, are you getting this? Great rabbis would have a Kiddush club on Shabbos morning without Kiddush. Uman de boy lahachmir v'lekadesh. And these great rabbis say, those people that want to be machmir. You know, Rivka, I'm a great machmir. I tell my wife machmedus and machmeyentz. I'm a big machmir. And those people want to be machmir. It's too bad living in Israel is not a chumrah. It's only a mitzvah. Because in Borough Park, they're very medactic. They do all the chumras. If living in Israel would be a chumrah, they'd move to Israel. Too bad it's only a mitzvah. It's not a chumrah. Gee. Because in Borough Park, they do all chumras. But never living in Israel is only a mitzvah, and the greatest of all mitzvahs is chumrah. But anyway, man de boy lahachmir, those people that want to be machmir v'lekadesh, Yehuda, ein el hidyotos. He calls them idiots. Great rabbis didn't mince any words. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Kiddush doesn't kick in until after Musaf. It's before Musaf. You already davened Shachris. You prayed for your life. So you can snack. Kiddush time don't kick in until after Musaf. Kivin shepotem lekadesh. V'apriz alamida lichtoi shamachmir lekadesh. And again, other great rabbis. Again, anyone wants to be machmir and make Kiddush on Shabbos morning before Musaf, ein eled yoitais. He's only a hedyot. A hedyot, which the English word idiot comes from.
But it doesn't say you're not allowed to.
He calls him a hedyot. V'harei kama migdolim hu achraynim pshita hachelidina. But of course, Avadia doesn't agree, because the Bach and the Magen Avraham, the great rabbis of centuries ago, said no. If you want to eat anything, on Shabbos morning before Musaf, you must first make Kiddush. You're not an idiot. That's the right way to go. Okay? So Rabbi Yosef doesn't agree with these rabbis. He goes back to the Bach and the Magen Avraham and the Chassam Sofer, Birkei Yosef, V'zeh l'shaynai. Yehuda, it's punchline time. V'zeh l'shaynai. You see on the line there where it says make Kiddush again? Yes. I'll wait when you get there. You got to see it inside. Make Kiddush again, Yehuda. V'zeh l'shaynai. Zayin Lamed. You have it?
Zayin Lamed.
V'zeh l'shaynai. Punchline time. Harotze litayim koidim musav. Someone wants to snack Yechiel before Musaf, go right ahead, but Yekadish Mukaidim. But first you have to what? Not like the other rabbis say it ain't necessary. No. If you want a snack before Musaf, you can, but first you have to make Kiddush. But again, Yehuda Lev is so right, you can't walk out the middle of davening. The whole shul must take a break. You can't sneak out while they're reading the Haftorah. No. That's a Chil Hashem. We're talking, Rabbi Avraham, when the whole shul takes a break. They're allowed to take a break. Don't have to wait till Simchas Torah. Every Shabbos you can take a little break, the whole shul. Make Kiddush and have a Kiddush club before Musaf. V'im yirtza yikadesh, v'yochel kezayis pas or peiros. So if he wants to eat, first he has to what, Yehuda? Make Kiddush, eat, pas oy peiros, koydem musav, right? But I have to make Kiddush. V'acha musav yachzav yikadesh. Then after Musaf, he goes home and he wants to eat lunch. He has to make Kiddush again. Why? His wife didn't hear Kiddush. He was already Yotzei Kiddush. Kiddush b'mokam suda. He already had a Suda. Schnapps, herring, if you have cake, gazayas cake. That's called a Suda. So how come he has to make Kiddush again? For his better half. His better half, the wife didn't hear Kiddush. So make Kiddush, have your Kiddush club, eat cake, your Yotzei Kiddush Mokum Suda, B'acha Musav, but after Musav, Yachzev Yekadesh, you have to what? Make Kiddush again for your wife and family. Yes, Rabbi. What?
If you have a Kiddush in the shul after all the davening, after Musa, and you heard the rabbi make Kiddush.
So you're Yotzeh. If your wife is with you, very good, Rabbi Abraham. If your wife is with you, good question, and you ate the kazayas cake in shul, you already Yotzeh Kiddush b'mokam suda, then when you go home, you do not have to make Kiddush again. Because your wife was by your side, your better half is by your side. The rabbi made Kiddush in shul before or after Musaf, but you must have a kazayas cake. Because ain't Kiddush el mokam suda. In order to be Yotzei Kiddush, you have to have a suda. What's the minimum of a suda? A kazayas cake, the size of an egg of cake, or 2 cups of wine. The Magen Avraham says Yehuda, either a kazayas cake or 2 cups of wine. That's the minimum for Kiddush b'mokam suda. And if your wife was with you, then you can go home and have lunch, and you don't make Kiddush again.
Except if you have children at home.
We're talking. Let's say your whole family is in shul. The family that prays together stays together. Who said that?
You did.
You did. Got it from us.
They got it from us. Evelyn, the family that stays together prays together. Right? So if the kids are home, you have to make Kiddush again. But if the whole family's there, Rav Avraham is so right, and the whole family had a Kazayas cake or 2 cups of wine by the Kiddush, you yoytze Kiddush in Makam Suda, and then you can go home and eat lunch without Kiddush. But again, if a member of the family was home who didn't hear the Kiddush in Shul, you have to make for them. Or they can make for themselves.
Wife can make her own.
A wife can make her own herself. But she feels more comfortable if hubby does it.
Who said so?
What?
It seems that according to the Shari Yeshua,
Go ahead.
Shari Yeshua, the chiyuv of Kiddush is after Musaf.
Right.
Whether his wife heard it or not, he has to make Kiddush, according to that.
Kiddush when? When?
After Musaf, he made Shacharit,
He davened Shachrit.
and he made Kiddush.
He made Kiddush with the Kiddush Club.
Right, and then he davened Musaf.
Right.
According to Shari Yeshua, whether his wife is there or not.
We have to make Kiddush again.
Because the chiyuv is only from Musaf.
I hear what you're saying. Very interesting. Well, I didn't get to, that's the right?
That's the third last line, or fourth last line.
The last line.
Fourth last line.
But you didn't give me a chance to get there. You're ahead of me. Okay? Let's take a look. So, oh, thank you, sir. What is your name? Daniel. So, okay, we didn't get to the punchline yet. You had Yehuda on the line, the last 3 lines from the bottom. Right? Many poskim say that the whole chayv to make Kiddush doesn't kick in until what? After Musaf. Or perhaps the obligation to make Kiddush kicks in already what? Before Musaf, right?
Especially on Shabbos when it's late.
Now, someone who only eats peirot after Kiddush, because peirot means fruit. In order to be yoytze Kiddush v'makam suda, you have to have cake or 2 cups of wine. If you eat 9 oranges or 9 apples, it's not called Kiddush v'makam suda. Then you have to what? Make Kiddush again and have a suda. Okay? So Daniel, what are you saying over here? That according to those opinions that the mitzvah of Kiddush doesn't kick in until after Musaf, so even though you had cake and wine when? Before, you would have to make Kiddush again. Right?
Yeah.
But according to those opinions that the chayv to make Kiddush kicks in when? Right after Shachris, and you had your cake, then you wouldn't have to make Kiddush again. Okay? Then you wouldn't have to make Kiddush again. And we know Safik brachas lahakel, Daniel. Safik brachas lahakel. What does that mean? If you're not sure whether to make a bracha or not, when in doubt, do without. Who said that? When in doubt, do without.
But if you're drinking the wine, so it's not a bracha. It's not something bracha b'tara.
Okay.
You can drink wine.
But let's say you don't want to drink. You're forcing yourself to drink, you don't want to drink.
Yeah.
That's achila gasa, right?
Yeah.
So when in doubt, do without. So what's the bottom line over here? Whatever you do, it looks like there's so many different opinions that looks like you're covered. But everybody agrees with Yehuda that you can't walk out the middle of the davening. Here we're talking about if the shul can take a break. You deserve a break today. But to walk out in the middle of davening, it's a chil Hashem. Right? So again, in order to be yoytze Kiddush v'makam suda, you have to have a mini meal, which is cake or 2 cups of wine. Otherwise, the Kiddush is not valid. The question is why? Why is ein Kiddush be'elav v'makam suda? Why does the Talmud tell us that Kiddush, to be valid, must be accompanied by a meal? A minimum meal, cake and wine. Why, Mickey? Why? Tell me. Why can't I just make Kiddush? No? I'm all ears. What?
Okay,
Why?
I go to Hanassi,
Go ahead.
and when they have a Kiddush, the
Go-
women don't get wine.
You-
They just hear it.
Very good, Mikimia. I'm so proud of you. There's a fallacy out there, Daniel. People think to be Yotze Kiddush, you have to drink. You thought that, right? Tell me the truth. A guy could make Kiddush for 1,000 people. Shemea Ka'oneh. 1,000 people can listen to one guy making Kiddush with a loud voice, like me, right? Loud voice. And everybody's Yotze Kiddush as long as they all have a kazayas cake. They don't have to drink from the wine. As long as the Kiddush cup is consumed by participants, everybody's Yotze.
Okay.
You don't have to drink the wine. As long as the cup is consumed by one or more parties, all 1,000 people are Yotze. If all 1,000 people, Yechiel Wat, have a cupcake. A cupcake. A ragala, but I think one ragala is not enough. It has to be the size of an egg. It's at least 2 ragalach. So 1,000 people could be Yotze Kiddush without drinking, as long as the cup is consumed by one or more of the participants. They're all Yotze if they heard and concentrated, and if they had at least 2 ragalach. 2 ruggies. 2 ruggies. Some people are machmir, they have 4 ruggies. I want to be machmir, Connie. So I'll have 4 ragalach. That's my suda. But I think 2 is enough, depending on the size of the ragalach.
To me, one is enough.
What?
One is too many.
But less than a kazayas, you're not Yotze Kiddush. You have to go home and hear it again. Or make it again. Yes.
I heard another opinion, which you don't have listed here.
What else is new?
No, wait. Let's say you're in shul and make Kiddush.
Right.
And you eat a kazayit.
Right.
That is a halachic makom suda. It's defined as a makom suda.
That's right.
But that's not where you're really eating. You go home and you got a big steak.
Yeah.
And you make Kiddush again.
You don't have to.
There's opinion that says you do.
Well, that's not the accepted opinion.
All these opinions disagree. They're all valid.
No.
Just another one.
The dominant opinion is, if you have a kazayas of cake in shul, you're Yotze the rabbi's Kiddush, even though you didn't drink, and when you go home, you do not have to say Kiddush again. That's only if you had a kazayas cake when the rabbi made Kiddush in the shul. If you didn't have a kazayas cake, you ate only cucumbers or pickles. Some people eat eggs or pickles and cucumbers, right? Or herring. That's not Kiddush v'makom suda. Even though you had what? A whole gefilte fish loaf. It has to be mezonot. If you don't have mezonot, the kazayas, you have to go home, take, and make Kiddush. How do you say take in English? Indeed, you got to make Kiddush again. Because many people at the Kiddush, they only eat the veggies, or the herring, or the fish. So then you're not Yotze Kiddush v'makom suda. Then take, you have to go home and what? Make Kiddush again. But if you had a kazayas cake in shul, you Yotze Kiddush v'makom suda, and then when you go home, the halacha is you do not have to say Kiddush again. Minority opinion, Rabbi Yaakov mentions, but the majority opinion is if you had the cake in shul, heard the rabbi's Kiddush, you go home and you eat without Kiddush, unless, of course, your wife didn't hear or the kids didn't hear. Then, of course, you have to make for them.
Well, unless you want another drink.
Unless you want to...
Well, listen.
What?
Rabbi Sprecher, there's a shul in Katamon.
Yes.
It's called Yakar.
Yakar.
Yeah.
Means a precious shul. It's precious. Yakar means precious.
Oh, good. So what they do is they daven shach.
The whiskey is precious there.
Everybody goes upstairs and has Kiddush.
Okay, great.
And then they have the shiurim one.
Beautiful.
You either go to the English shiur or
Great.
the Hebrew one. Then they all go back down for the laning and what's
Beautiful.
the whole shul.
Beautiful.
That's
That's the way to do it, not to sneak out in the middle of the rabbi's speech. That's Chil Hashem.
What about if you have hamotzi and make hamotzi out of it?
That's even better.
It's even better. So
The minimum is cake,
Cake. I was wondering-
right? But you want to be machmir, so you eat 9 rogalach. That's really being machmir. But, so, the Chachamim said in Masechta Psachim Yechiel, Arvei Psachim, Ein Kiddush el Mokam Suda. In Kiddush, to be valid, you have to have a minimum meal with it. The question is why? Why? Why did the rabbis come up with that? Minat Torah, it's enough just to make Kiddush on the wine. Why did the rabbis attach it to what? A Suda. You get my question, Sarah? So the Ari gives a Kabbalistic interpretation. I'm over 40, we can talk Kabbalah. Anybody here under 40? So here's the Chama. The Ari gives it a Kabbalistic interpretation. Ein Kiddush el Mokam Suda. If you want to gauge someone's Kedusha, you want to measure if the person is really a Kodesh person or not, or a faker, what's the test? How he behaves at a Suda. You ever see people at a smorgasbord? It's like they haven't eaten in 5 days. They're elbowing you. Right? Charge! Yeah? When you see a Viennese table, stampede. Viennese table. Connie, why does a Viennese table come at the end of a meal? You ever wonder? I say life is short. Begin with dessert. Because you never know. So the Viennese table should be the beginning of the meal, but no. They wait till the end of the meal and then the stampede. Charge, right? Says the Holy Ari. If you want to gauge how a person, if he's Kadosh, not how he behaves on Yom Kippur, that's no trick. How does he behave at a Suda? How does he act at a Suda? What are his manners? The way he eats. That's how you gauge a person's Kedusha. The Holy Ari Kadosh. And since next Shabbos is what? Mavorchim Adar, we can sneak in a vort of what? Of Purim, which ties into this idea. Purim, Yom Kippurim. The Torah never calls the holiday Yom Kippur. That's Yiddish. You know that? Yom Kippur doesn't say nowhere in the Torah, Yechiel. It says Yom Kippurim, which the Zohar says that Yom Kippur is a day like Purim. Say what? Say what? Yom Kippurim. Says the Zohar, Yom Kippur is a day like Purim. They seem to be totally what? Opposite. Says the Ari Kodesh, this idea, Nechama. It's no trick to be holy on Yom Kippur. You're fasting, you're tired, you have no deodorant on.
You're in shul for 12 hours.
Right? Even if you wanted to sin, you have no koyach to sin. Who'd want to sin with you? No deodorant, no mouthwash. Even if you wanted to sin, you just don't have the koyach or the capacity to sin. Yom Kippurim. You really want to gauge a person's Kedusha. How does he behave when? On Purim. When everything goes. And you still remember you're a Jew. That's the true test of Yom Kippur. Yom Kippurim. Right? How do you behave when you're indulging? When you're indulging, do you remember the boss? That's the true test of what? Of Kiddusha Yom Kippurim. A day like Purim. So a person can serve God with his soul. That's Yom Kippur. I'm a soul man. But on Purim, we serve God with our bodies. That's harder to do. To serve God with your body is harder than to serve Him with your soul. So Purim is all about the body. Yom Kippur is all about the soul. To sanctify the body is a greater trick. To make the body kadosh. To know your limits even when you're drinking and feasting on Purim. Not to make a chil Hashem. Many people make a spectacle of themselves. They forget that Purim is a day Yom Kippurim. Very important. Any questions, comments? We have a Shia Thursday, current events. Current events in the Haftorah, Thursday at 2. Thank you very much.